Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Keep Your Lines Wet and Rods Bent. Today I wanted to talk to you about jerkbaits. It's been a lure this year that has really caught a lot of fish for me. I've been able to find them quick, stay on them. I updated my trolling motor to an Ultrex, and it's been helping me to stay on those fish that have been stacking for the pre-spawn. Now, up here in Indiana, we've had a lot of cold water. I haven't seen anything over 50 degrees. The warmest I found was 50.5. So a lot of my fishing has been with jerkbaits. This is a great lure for this time of year, especially in this colder water. I mean, you can use it all year long, but springtime, this is my go-to bait. It mimics a lot of the fours they're going for, especially with trying to fatten up for the spawn. And it's been a real good producer for me this year. So far, this has been my go-to bait, the Shadow Wrap 11 series. It's the slow sinking, and I also have the suspending versions. I have it in the 2 to 4 foot and the 4 to 8 big bill. Some of the modifications I do is I add a VMC willow blade hook just to give it a little bit more flash, and I do have 2 versions of this. I keep one stock or with new upgraded hooks, and the other one I have a 2 to 4 foot here, and I did put the VMC up here, but I also put a Vector Tornado from Vector hooks back here, and it seems to really help those fish keep pinned. Now, when you're updating these hooks, you have to make sure that this bait stays at an angle. Nose down is something that I have really noticed helps those fish key in on it. It looks like a dead or dying bait fish trying to swim back down. I've gotten a lot more bites on these jerk baits than I do other ones. I use the Shadow Shad wrap. I use the X wraps too. I've got quite a few bites on those. A lot of these baits that I'm throwing are going to be real slow, or I'm going to be hopping the bottom with blade baits, rattle traps, worms, craws, jigs. I'm going to be using a lot of slower baits. I have got some on the square bills. Not a whole lot this year. A lot of them are the craw color that I've been doing pretty good on. I'll post a video here soon of the jerk baits fishing with the jerk bait that I've been using. When you're fishing a jerk bait, in my opinion, you don't want to reel them. You want to snap them. You want to have a good slack line. You want to snap it, find your cadence, whether it's 1, 2, or 3 snaps, and find your cadence on that pause. For me, it's been anywhere from 5 to 10 seconds. I've been waiting before I snap it again. What that does and what it allows is that bass to come up, key in on that bait, and as it's sitting there, he's just watching it. And when you go to jerk it and it moves, he's just going to react and bite. So a lot of your bites are going to be reaction bites. It's not that they're hungry, or maybe they are. They're just not looking to exert a lot of energy to get their food source. So when that jerk bait goes to flutter away on them, they're just going to react and bite it. That's where I got that Vector hook on there, because usually it's on the last hook that they're biting. They're just nipping at the tail. But that VMC, a little bit in maybe murkier water or overcast days, helps those bass key in on this a lot. I've had them come up. I'm using a 4 to 8 foot in this one, a 4 to 8 foot and 15 foot of water, and I've had them come up and bite it. A lot of these bass are going to be real tight to structure, real tight to the bottom, whether it be rock, a lay down, some rip wrap, boulder, or a weed line. They're going to key in on certain spots right this time of year as they're moving up for the spawn. I do a lot of my fishing in coves, channels, mouth of channels, anywhere that has structure out in front of all those shallow spots, from their winter holes up to that spawn position. That somewhere in there is going to be those bass. I tend to always start shallow and work my way deep. It just the way I've always fished them and everything else. So I'm going to get a video in here on me fishing this jerk bait and see, so you guys can see how I fish these. Now, like I said, I do it on a slack line. I'll snap, and then reel up to it, but I'm not going to get that line tight. I'm still going to leave a little slack. That way when I go to snap it, I don't have any of the wobble. It's just going to flutter to each side. I wish I had some underwater footage for you guys, but I don't at this time, and I'm not about to steal somebody else's footage just to make a video. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. I was out on the favorite lake of mine that has smallmouth and largemouth. I haven't caught too many good smallmouth this year, but I have caught quite a few largies. I did miss one right at the boat. Lost him right at the boat. He spat the hook. But I'll be back out there this weekend to see if I can get him again. Hopefully it'll be with my kids. We'll see. So, without any further ado, here's the video. We'll see you guys. So, out here on Secret Lake, I'm doing some smallmouth and largemouth fishing. It's a cold front during the pre-spawn. So these fish are going to be more lethargic, but they're not going to move out too deep and away from where they're going to spawn. I'm using a jerkbait right now and moving it real slow. Already got one little smallmouth and missed 2 or 3. So we'll see if we can get you guys some more here soon. Stay with us. Oop. I just had one. Oh. Oh yeah. And you only got that split second to grab them. And then it's gone. That's why I like when you feel it, you gotta lay into it. Damn it. I just got slammed. There we go. That's a little bit better. I think it's a largie. Yep, it's a largie. Oh! It's about a two pounder. That's a nice little bass. Hey guys, I'm throwing this on a toxic biohazard with the microwave guide. The American Pro Staff reel, American tackle. It's all American tackle, Bushido braid. The only thing that's not is the P-Line Tactical I have it on the fluorocarbon. I like fluorocarbon because it's still kind of it's dense, so it sinks and it pulls that jerk bait with the nose down to give it the best action. Now that's the second fish I've caught in this area, and right now what they're doing is they're stacking up on each other. They're gonna find structure, which I found these long rods and pipes in the water, and so I think they're stacking on that with all this rock, getting ready for the crawfish to come out of hibernation. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed the video and you see what I'm talking about. I was working that bait a little bit slower and it paid off. I got a couple fish in that area and we switched spots. I didn't record any other bit of the day. It was a little cold for it, so I didn't want to keep fiddling with the camera. That bass was about 2 pounds. It wasn't very big, but fish is a fish this time of year. Fishing was slow. A lot of people on the lake weren't catching nothing. A lot of the guys were catching a lot smaller bass. So for the day, I felt like I was doing pretty good. So just remember, get yourself a good jerkbait that's nose down, working slow, working methodically all through that area. Sooner or later, you'll pick up on a few bass. It's a great way to cover water, and man, they are fun to fish. Right now, they're grabbing at the tail end a lot, or they're side hitting it. Remember, it's a reaction bite. You're not going to get every single one, but when you do, it should be a good one. So remember, guys, keep your lines wet and your rods bent. We'll see you next time. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and remember to ring the bell so you can be notified of our next video. We'll see you on the water here shortly. See ya.